Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 1 minute past 9 on Thursday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. After an unlucky sort of a day, I thought Northern Express, 12th coming at the furlong pole when he was kept in a handier position the last day when he won for us. Finished third, beaten ahead and a nose. 2 more strides and he was up. Mulrennan left him a good bit to do. I was a bit disappointed with that ride actually, because normally he has him closer to the pace. When the dealing is done, not off a yard, drifted like a barge. We'll get him again, probably Goodwood. I'd say Tony Martin's horse was pulled out. I seen a stone bruise wherever he was, might be on the beach with it this morning or something. And then in the last race there, we got horsed in against the rail when we were coming with our run. I know the winner scooted off, but when you have one winding it up like he was, and he not given the stick, it's hard to know what he would find, because he picked up well the last day. But what can we do? Only, as a man says years ago, if you find your task is hard, try again, try again. Time will bring you your reward, so try again, try again. Tomorrow, we've only won at York. I'm just doing, I was just looking at last year. I don't think we had any winner last year in York. It was the worst meeting I'd done in the whole year long. Something similar the last couple of days. I can't seem to be able to crack it at all. Maybe if we're alive and well, third time lucky next year, perhaps. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the big race at York, and one at Aintree, one at Newbury, and where's the other one? I don't know. What we'll see. We're at Newbury at 2:05. There's one here. We're back to the last day. Sun King. He was 12-1 there a while ago. He used to be with Aidan O'Brien. I think they paid 120,000 for him. Rated 89, but he was an first run for George Bowie. He was an eye catch and couldn't get a run. 5th, only beaten a length and 3/4. That's why I went with him the last day each way. He was drawn. Where are we here? That's a jump race. This is it here. He was drawn in 11 and he bursted it out and hit the lead.
For the Rio Hotels and Resorts handicap stakes. Marie's Diamond away well, not so Baryshnikov, who missed the kick a little bit towards the back. Marie's Diamond in the pink and black prominent, racing prominently also is Dark Moon Rising, and right down the outside Sun King's got a good...
Now, I thought when he was drawn wide that he'd sit in at the back of the pace and come with a withering run like he did in his previous runs. But he went to the lead and he kept...
King in front by a couple of lengths to Marie's Diamond racing set. This is still last. Back towards the final 3.5 furlongs.
He was still in the lead.
Nimbus trying to pick up in the red and black.
Win for home then.
Baryshnikov and Cumulonimbus, but it's Lightning Company who's hit the front inside the final half. Booting away, Lightning Company will go on to score for Ben Haslam and Andrew Mullen. Back in second is Wooden Sun. Baryshnikov up for third from Sun King.
But he didn't fall out the back of the television. He kept on. I said that to him, if he was ridden the same way as he should be, or I was hoping he would be that time. That was a race in him. Now he's a big strong horse carrying top weight there, but he should be good enough to be in the money, I would hope. They're paying 5 places. He's into 10-1 there now. Each way bet on him. The 205, the 325 at Newmarket. It's a mile 6. Adjuvant was 11-4 earlier. This caught my attention first in the Melrose Cup, or the Melrose, Melrose Handicap, last year when it was third to that runaway winner Solcombe. I think he's down in Australia now. Does anybody know how he's doing? It was third that day. That was his first try at the trip. He was running at 1.25 miles, 1.5 miles before that. Then he ran in York, but similar to, I forgot about that horse in the sprint today. Hated the sight of York. He's way better than that. But this horse didn't like York either. It was behind Post Impressionist. Then the last day in Newmarket, where it won in Newmarket before on Good to Ferrum. This is better on better ground, and it's good to soft, good in places tomorrow to suit it better. Good to Ferrum, it's actually better horse. But it's good to soft the last day. And in a good handicap, he's on the very right here.
Sirocco in the centre in red has moved into third. Sem Hans behind those. Adjuvant on the right in yellow. HMS President is behind these. Jeremiah is running on. They still haven't got to Torcello though. They're heading down into the dip. Torcello leading to HMS President, Solent Gateway. The yellow jacket of Adjuvant nearest to us is picking up strongly. Single is still there. Jeremiah is also there on the far side in black and red. Torcello leading still as they run towards a line to Jeremiah. It's HMS President maybe just getting to Torcello. Adjuvant and
He got up for second that day. So Harry Burns taking 3 off him. Who was on the last day? Billy Loughnane. He opened up at 8 or 11-4 earlier. Well, let's see what price he now. 2-1, 15-8. Win bet on him. Where are we? There was one at Aintree tomorrow evening. There's a Class 3 handicap chase, 2.5 mile on good ground. The Big Bite won Class 1 at Newbury lately, and he bet a good yardstick there in Jimmerand. We were on Jimmerand once upon a time, last fall sometime. But this runs better on good ground. And if you look at to second there, or one there on at 135, but way back, it's a 10-year-old, but he was, if you look way back in his career, he was in the 140s. Well, he was 150. But when he moved from Tom George to Henry Oliver, he was third to Umbrigado in the 6th of March 2021 on good ground. He had a bad run in Cheltenham on good ground, but he was to the handicap, and he was carrying big weight, rated 150. But in Doncaster then, on a trip too short last January, Funabula Civila, the 2 runs then that he had, they were on soft ground and behind 2 good horses like. This is him here with the cheek pieces on the left.
It up to Gemirand in second position. Zanza continues behind him. Final ditch now. On the right then is Paint the Dream in black and red colours. Espoiriki is behind those. Then Lord Battersley struggling in 5th. Zanza is still going and closing on him. They come to the second last fence then. And with the cheek pieces, the big bite just on the right is Chemiron, this pair. 2 or 3 lengths ahead to Paint the Dream in 3rd position. Final fence now coming up. And it's the big bite with a very slender lead to Chemiron. But now as they settle down, Chemiron is quicker away from the fence and tries to get past the big bite. It'll be between this pair. They're clear from Paint the Dream. But again, the big bite responds with a half length with Jonathan Burke as they race towards the line. And it is the big bite who just narrowly wins the Great Wood Gold Cup. So in 2nd position, Chemiron.
That was a Class 1 race and he's only up £4 for that. The rival in the market is Present and Counting. But if you look at Present and Counting, it was his first run the last day. So he will improve for that. But Jim Morant was in that race, wasn't he? He was. And President County, he was getting £1, whereas we gave Jim Morant £3. He will come on for the run. The way he's bred, he will like better ground by presenting out of a Westerner mare. 5 wins out of 11. But I thought the other one, the good ground is the key to the other one, I thought. And down in class, that would have a right chance tomorrow. We come to the Yorkshire Cup Group 2. This was won a few times by Stradivarius. 3 out of the last 4, wasn't it? Won it last year, won 2018 and 19. And it was... didn't run the year before in it. It's a tight little race because the top rated is Broome at 118. Eldrov, he's the Ledger winner. He's coming back after a break. Whether he'll be fit enough to do himself justice tomorrow is another thing. But he's carrying a penalty. He's carrying 9 stone 8. Quick Turn won the Lonsdale in York last year. That was when Trushan and Stradivarius didn't run. That wants good to firm, so it has good to firm. It has, and he was first run the last day was behind Broome and Siskany. In that race, that was in over 1.6. No, it was over 2 miles. It was in Dubai, Medan.
Subjectivist on the outside.
Siskany has the red cap.
The 2 of them turn for home.
And Broome is behind with the white face.
Siskany is getting into the race too, with just over a quarter of a mile to run. Subjectivist in front. Siskany to the outside. Quithorn, Arnicon is closing in. Broome is coming on with bold strides now. And here comes Broome down the center of the course. Ryan Moore and Broome trying to get Siskany on the outside. Siskany fights on. Broome outside. Broome and Siskany. Broome in the Dubai Gold Cup. Getting up to win it over Siskany.
That was over 2 miles.
Dandruff says don't.
That was over 2 miles. And Siskany had the toe and the position to get into position quicker, and he got outstayed. And with the distance tomorrow at miles 6, I think it'll suit Siskany better and Buick. Broome it's just a relentless galloper. He's carrying the 9.3, getting the £3. He'll be only. This is I don't know. I could be as wrong as hell, but it's my angle on it that he could be the fittest. And I think the only twice he has ran at a mile 6, he has won. And I just double checked to see. He won in Medan this year over a mile 6. That was over 2 miles. And in Medan when he bet Alignac last year All the rest was at mile and a half. And that was his first run at, well, he ran in behind Ria. In Ria, it was mile 7. So, where was he the betting? He won first time out, didn't he, last year? He bet mile. Yeah, it's a really tactical. It'll be a tactical battle tomorrow. So we'll try Buick. Siskany, different prices: 3 to 1, 11 to 4, 5 to 2. Thereabouts. It'll be a fascinating race that tomorrow now. There's 2 shorties for people that like shorties. Emily Dickinson in the Savile Beg. This is the prep run for the Ascot Gold Cup, 8 to 11. And I seldom do this, but I thought there were stickouts. Where are we here? Our buddy King Ferdinand won earlier. Vaucelet. We backed him in Punchestown. Got a strange sort of a ride. That should be up to winning tomorrow's good ground. 3.5 mile. Billoway. Billow is you'd imagine that the younger horse should be hard beaten tomorrow. That double will pay 5 to 2. But King Ferdinand, I went over to get a mechanic to get a low beam bull bin, and there was no reception in that area. I didn't put on the bet before I got chatting to him and forgot about it. I must have a few pound each way in him. There was another one that won the other day that we had back before. Wick Green won a 7 to 1 the other day. We can't back them all. So we'll see. I'll spend an hour now and see what's on for Saturday. So hopefully we'll get a bit of luck tomorrow. Bash the bookies, over and out.